There's nothing easy about trekking on Mount Everest. But this section right here, this is the one that climbers dread the most. It's called the Khumbu Icefall.
You will make the summit. It is compulsory to cross the dead zone, Khumbu Icefall.
A quick scroll through online videos, and you can see why this giant hodgepodge of unstable snow, ice, and crevasses is so dangerous.
There was a huge avalanche.
And the risks are growing. As the climate heats up, the icefall is moving by as much as 1 meter a day. And the speed at which the ice is being lost has roughly doubled since 2009. That's not just a problem for mountaineers, it's upending livelihoods in the entire region.
Environment is all messed up now.
And affecting more than 1 billion people who depend on the Himalayas for water. So, what can the world's highest mountain tell us about the future of climate change?
What happens here is what happens first on the planet, and then the same thing happens elsewhere in the world.
These guys are called the Icefall Doctors. Their job is to make the climbing route as safe as possible. Before setting foot on the icefall, they always start with a prayer, or puja. They used to go out to maintain the routes every other week. Now, they have to do it almost daily. They're experiencing firsthand the deterioration of the glacier.
Due to the melting down of the snow, the glacier is getting quite similar to the lake.
And with higher temperatures, the number of avalanches and accidents is on the rise.
We discuss, we go there.
And why there? Because it's safer?
Yeah, little more safer. Here's coming up one.
This spring, 17 people died on Everest, making it one of the deadliest seasons on record. Tourism professionals say these tragedies are also bad for business. Everest is an economic lifeline for Nepal, which has one of the world's lowest GDP per capita. Compare that number to the price of an Everest expedition. This year, about 500 people have paid between $20,000 and more than $160,000 to try and reach the top of the world. Not to mention the tens of thousands of hikers who walk for about 2 weeks to visit base camp.
Tourism is all about perception. If people start to think that it's not a safe place to be, then we're not going to have people coming here anymore.
Dawa Steven Sherpa runs the oldest trekking company in Nepal. He has overseen 17 Everest expeditions. This is him at the summit, and here's when he walked across the Himalayas to raise awareness about climate change. When we met him in April, he received a phone call alerting him of an avalanche on the Khumbu Icefall.
Okay, see you later, bye-bye. You're sending some helicopters for rescue. So I called base camp, but our boys are all at base camp, said they didn't notice anything.
He later learned that 3 Sherpas from another expedition company had lost their lives that day. Weeks later, a climber on his expedition died.
Anybody who comes to the mountains comes to enjoy the mountains, does not come to put themselves in harm's way.
Dawa was breaking ground on a new hotel he's building, with a view of Everest. For him, investing in tourism is not just about bringing money into the country. The Sherpa people first arrived to these valleys from Tibet centuries ago, but he says today, many of them need a reason to stay.
A lot of the youngsters, they want to be where it's a little easier to live, where it's cheaper to live. So that's something that we need to counter.
In these villages, temperatures are rising faster than elsewhere. Some high mountains in Asia have been warming by up to 0.7 degrees per decade, far outpacing the global warming rate. It's a phenomenon called
elevation-dependent warming. As you go higher in altitude, the rate of warming actually increases higher. So that means that the higher in altitude where these glaciers are, they are more vulnerable to rising temperature. And this might likely increase in the near future.
In Nepal, it has brought flooding and violent storms during monsoon season. In the winter, it's meant less snowfall and extended periods of drought. The first months of 2023 saw basically zero precipitation. Scientists say it's a glimpse into the future.
We are in this worst case scenario where we have increasing temperatures but at the same time decreasing snow. We won't have water when we need it, and we'll have too much water when we don't need it.
This is playing out in Pangboche, a village that sits at about 4,000 meters above sea level. They rely on heavy snowfall here, which fertilizes their soil when it melts.
The old people say if you have a good winter, good snow, it means the soil is kind of wet. But if you have a dry winter, potato doesn't grow well. So this happens right now.
Angtemba runs a lodge with his wife and is a famed mountaineer.
This is 92.
He was part of the first all-Sherpa expedition to summit Everest.
This I'm crossing the ice wall.
He's also relatively known for these pictures he took. He claims these footprints prove the existence of the Yeti.
And this is my greenhouse. Mind your head, okay?
Now, he and others are trying to take advantage of the warmer winters, putting up small greenhouses and planting new things like
Chinese bok choy. We have a salads here. And my wife just planted some fresh vegetable. It's growing right now there.
with limited success. In some villages, it's so dry that people say they now have to walk for more than 1 hour every day to fetch water, a problem they didn't have before. Meanwhile, the threat of floods looms. Not far from Everest Base Camp, the melting ice has created large lakes, like this one. It's one of about 50 Himalayan lakes that scientists say could cause an outburst or overflow, threatening local communities.
We are very worried about the future. Maybe it's going to be a big lakes there and blasting one day and washing our hometown.
This is all creating tensions in Nepal. Some villagers say helicopters and other pollution linked to tourism are only worsening climate change. Officials and Sherpa are also debating whether Base Camp, which is exposed to avalanches and sits on ice that's increasingly unstable, should be moved altogether. Everest shows how a warmer climate is quickly changing the lives of people, rare animals, plants, and even helping the spread of diseases like dengue, which has appeared in Nepal only in recent years. Scientists say there's one big lesson for the rest of the world.
So what's happening in Everest is actually a wake-up call for all. We don't have a solution right now, but what we can do is adapt to the changing climate, build our resilience, and try to minimize the risk.
The Himalayan mountain chain is also dubbed the Third Pole. Researchers warn that the ice that melts here can only accelerate the rise of sea levels around the world. So as they face the consequences of global warming, many people in this valley are calling for the richer, high-polluting nations to send money and resources to help them fight the climate emergency.
If we let the Everest region be destroyed by the actions of what we have done to this planet, then we should all be ashamed of that.
Hey there, this is Paulo. Thanks for watching this video I produced. If you want to see more important stories like this one, please don't forget to hit like and subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for the next videos.